What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I want to cover a very popular penny stock as of late in the form of Healthier Choice Management, ticker symbol HCMC. So today there's three pieces of news I want to cover for HCMC. The first of these being we'll have a look at their current share price to see how it's performing over the last few days. And the second 2 points are the most important in terms of catalysts. The first of these I want to go into the rights issue that was announced by management and how that will affect the share price going forward. And second of all, I want to give an update on how the lawsuit is going with Philip Morris. And with all that being said, let's dive right on into today's video. Now, as I'm always fully transparent on this channel, I currently do not have a holding within HCMC. However, I do really like keeping up to date with this stock as it has a lot of interesting news and catalysts within the company. So we can see even here from the 1 month chart, over the last month it's up about 13.7%. It's currently trading, as we can see on screen, at 0.001717 of a cent per share. So it's very small in comparison to some of the other stocks I currently hold. Now, it has had lows of, let's say, 0.001050, which we can see here at the bottom of the 1 month chart. But overall, over the last month, it's been doing quite well in comparison, let's say, the last 3 months where it hasn't been doing the best. Now, I have made a lot of in-depth videos on HCMC in the past, which I'll link in the description below. And in all of those videos, they weren't doing too well, in all honesty. They were continually dropping in price. But I was quite surprised when actually doing some research on this video that even on the 1 week chart, they're up 41.9%, which even for a penny stock is very impressive. One aspect that I discussed in prior videos was that they relaunched their online vitamin store, which again is always brilliant news for any company when they relaunch a store online, as e-commerce is certainly the way forward. However, I also mentioned in that video that probably 90% of investors currently in HCMC are only interested in the lawsuit and not really in the fundamentals. That's probably why I don't actually invest myself personally in HCMC, because I don't believe they have strong enough fundamentals as a long-term investor. Now, one key piece of information for HCMC, and again this might sound ridiculous because it's a Twitter page, was one of their best kind of things they could have done is actually create an official page, because as you can imagine with a penny stock there's a lot of rumours and speculation around these style companies. But HCMC have made an official page to kind of clear everything up and give you more kind of accurate information. So when actually looking at this HCMC Twitter page, I came across the rights issue, which kind of the stakeholders and management are currently offering. So we're going to have a look through that now, as this will definitely impact the share price going forward. So this rights issue will be big news for investors. We can see on screen here that HCMC have filed registration statements for a rights offering exclusively for its stakeholders. So we're going to have a look now at what that will mean for you as an investor. So essentially, in layman's terms, this means for every 4 shares of HCMC you own, you will be entitled to buy a 5th share at a discounted price. So essentially, this discounted price on the 5th share will be 25% of a discount. And now this price will be kind of calculated on a VWAP, which is the average price over a 5-day period. And we can see here as an example, if the price or the average price over that 5-day period was 0.0016 of a cent per share, you would pay for the 5th share 0.0012 cent per share. Now, there's a lot of information on this website which is useful, but again, kind of just picking out the main points here is that you can also oversubscribe to your basic rights under your rights offering. Now, this will be based on a pro rata agreement. So for example, if there isn't a sufficient amount of extra shares at hand, you'll just be giving back your money essentially if you do want to oversubscribe. So again, if you're kind of bullish on HCMC, this might be a great option for you. Now, one very important piece of information here is that if you do not want to take action on your rights issue, you will not reduce your share amount. However, because the shares will be diluted, you will be resulting in a net loss. So again, this should be of strong consideration if you are an investor within HCMC. Now, this rights issue won't happen overnight, obviously. We can see here that for HCMC, they need to get the SEC approval for the Form S1, and it typically takes between 20 and 90 days. And once they get the heads up for that, and if they do, they can start offering this rights issue and they can commence trading. Now, as I did state at the beginning of this video, the 1 week and even 1 month charts are looking quite promising. But even if you go to the 3 month chart, now I made a lot of my videos when it was kind of up here at the highs of kind of 0.05 cent over the last 3 months. Now you can see since then, although they are up over the last month and 3 months, or should I say 1 week and 1 month, the 3 month chart doesn't look too great in all honesty. But again, this could pose as a good opportunity to get in at a cheaper price, again, if you are bullish within this stock. But again, this rights issue won't be happening anytime soon. Again, it takes about 20 to 60 days to go through. So I just thought to give you a heads up in terms of this. So if you haven't invested already in the stock, it might be something to consider going forward. So again, I'll probably have a lot more updates on this going forward over the next few weeks if the SEC does get approval. So again, let's just see how that goes, but I just wanted to give a heads up. Now, the second thing that most investors are interested with HCMC is their current kind of court case or lawsuit with Philip Morris over the vape infringements in terms of their rights. So again, we're going to have a look at that to see if there's any updates today. In summary, if you're new to the stock or new to this court case / lawsuit, it's basically that Philip Morris have had an infringement in terms of some of the patent agreements that HCMC are allegating them against. So HCMC are going to be suing Philip Morris, or currently trying to sue Philip Morris for this patent infringement on one of their vapes. So it's very interesting, even if you're not an investor within the stock, to see how this kind of goes. Now, originally, before this court case started, I would have said that HCMC had no chance, mainly due to the fact that Philip Morris have huge amounts of capital and law teams at their disposal. Again, money talks in this world, obviously, but kind of fortunately for or HCMC, should I say, they have got a very good law team together, which does definitely give them a fighting chance. I've also stated in prior videos that there's 3 outcomes within this lawsuit or court case. Again, the 2 obvious ones of HCMC winning or losing this lawsuit, but the other one that a lot of people haven't really suggested yet is of Philip Morris actually buying out HCMC entirely. So again, as a stockholder or shareholder, this would probably be of benefit, as this would probably increase their share price regardless. But you'd also have to wonder, even if the court case does go HCMC's way, because probably 90% of investors at the moment are only invested in the stock due to this infringement or court case and kind of hoping for a positive outcome. So even if HCMC do win this lawsuit, again, their share price will probably go up in value. However, I do believe that the majority of investors will pull out as soon as the price goes up, because they don't really believe in the fundamentals of this company. Now, I personally don't. That's why I don't invest in this stock personally. But again, I do feel that if they win the lawsuit, over the long term, they probably will go back down in value once the hype and kind of interest dies down after this lawsuit. Now, in all honesty, there isn't a lot of kind of updates in terms of this lawsuit at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of back and forth, and it was no surprise that once HCMC made this kind of claim in terms of infringements or rights infringements for Philip Morris, there was no doubt that Philip Morris were going to reject these claims. They weren't just going to roll over and say, oh, yeah, you were right, even if they are or not. So again, we can see here that Philip Morris have replied and are trying to dismiss this case. So it's kind of back in HCMC's court at the moment. So nonetheless, even though I'm not invested within this stock, I'm really interested to see the outcome of this lawsuit. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I just want to give an update in terms of some catalysts going forward for HCMC, in terms of the rights issue that will be going ahead, or hopefully going ahead, in terms of the approval needs to be got first. And also an update on their lawsuit with Philip Morris. Again, probably the biggest catalyst for this company at the moment. If you found this video anyway helpful or interesting, it'd be much appreciated, as always, if you're new around here, if you consider subscribing to the channel, and if you could smash that like button, it would really help me and the channel out going forward. And finally, most importantly, if you have any questions, comments, queries or suggestions, please don't hesitate to comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. And I'd also be very interested to know if you currently hold HCMC in your own portfolio and your reasoning behind it. Thanks very much, enjoy your day, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video.